everybody, Wolfang here. Today is January the 20th. It is 16 degrees here in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is cold. Cold, cold, cold. So I hope everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon. It's almost 2 o'clock here. And I'm on my third cup of coffee. Woo! So anyway, of course, going through articles. The article I'm going to share, I did hear him talk a little bit on the radio yesterday about this. It has to do with illegals are being allowed to board flights without the proper ID or without even a photo ID, just an ID but no picture on it. I haven't read this. I just saw this, so bear with me. And I'll share it. So it says U.S. travelers outraged by airport signs appearing to allow migrants onto flights without ID. The person says, I'm quite offended. American travelers are outraged by signs appearing at U.S. airports appearing to allow migrants onto flights without showing proper identification. U.S. citizens traveling domestically have to show a valid identification card or passport to board a plane. But signs are at certain airports say there are different rules for some newly arrived migrants. The signs claim that Transport Security Administration is working with Customs and Border Protection to validate adult non-U.S. citizen travel documentation when the traveler does not otherwise have an acceptable form of identification. In practice, this means migrants who have entered the country using the CBP One app, some 40,000 people a month, can use it as their travel document and even choose whether to allow officers to take their picture. And that's straight up bullshit. American travelers are outraged by signs appearing at airports appearing to allow migrants onto flights without showing proper identification. AFP via Getty Images. Retired CBP Chief Patrol Agent Chris Clem told the Post, "This presents bad optics. I'm an American citizen and I'm quite offended that these migrants that have come in here are getting I can't even say it. They're getting special treatment and being prioritized in so many ways," he said. "The rest of us are paying the price at gas pumps and grocery stores. Taxes going up, yet the U.S. is continuing to bring masses of people in. The administration's mentality is to try and make it the most humane and pleasurable experience for these poor people under distress because it's such a tough ordeal to navigate on an American airport." Bullshit. But you've got to be kidding me. Many of them just come from Middle East, traversed 7 countries, used apps to get here, and we're supposed to believe that Phoenix Airport might be all too much for them? Ridiculous. Making a mockery out of the American flag. Passengers queue up at Denver International Airport. AP. Those who enter the country via the CBP One app have to give biometric information such as fingerprints and be photographed when they are interviewed at the border before being admitted to the U.S. However, Clem says authorities still only have basic information about individuals at that point and ask how authorities can be sure people are who they claim to be if they arrived at the border with no passport or ID card. We're basing it all off what this person is telling us in a minimum system of information, he said. Do we really know who they are? Do they use the app or did a smuggler do it for them? All valid questions. U.S. citizens traveling domestically have to show a valid identification card or a passport to board a plane. If you're a known criminal, the likelihood of you giving the same name when you're coming into another country is pretty low unless you're a dumbass criminal. There are so many questions we don't have answers to be concerned about. Numerous reports at the border have posted pictures of ID cards, passports, and visas for traveling through countries discarded at the border, often by people who do not want their real identification known to U.S. authorities. The TSA, CBP, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement did not respond to questions from the Post. Of course, they're not going to respond. People wait for their relatives outside the Guatemala City Airport. That's routers. CBP has stressed those who have entered the country are vetted using biograph and biometric information, and those who are paroled have already provided a photograph, Fox News reports. The sign, which described a separate process for migrants, also noted the vetting scheme was still a pilot and being tested rather than a permanent fixture. Last month, Senator Ted Cruz wrote to the Department of Homeland Security, Secretary Alejandro, seeking more information about the screening of migrants who have crossed the border via the CBP One app, who then went on to board flights. While Americans must present an acceptable form of identification to fly, or at least have their identities confirmed, TSA is permitting illegal aliens without ID to opt for an alternate identity verification process utilizing the CBP One app. Cruz wrote in a letter saying that the process takes illegal aliens at their word on certain data and allows them to obtain DHS documents and fly out of airports. CBP has stressed those who have entered the country are vetted using biographing okay, they already said that. In effect, TSA is applying one standard for verifying the identities of American citizens and another weaker standard for verifying the identities of illegal aliens. This is alarming. Cruz, the ranking member of the Senate Commerce Committee, also pointed out migrants who do not have a passport or verifiable form of identification may also be inadvertently legitimized by the system. If fake names and dates of birth are accepted by CBP, then printed onto government issued ID cards, TSA may use his unverified name and date of birth and CBP one to verify his identity, even though the person may in fact be a terrorist or another criminal traveling under a fake identity, he wrote. So there you have it. So this is going on in some of our airports now. And like I said, that's bullshit. This administration's running this country into the ground, period. It's got to stop somehow. How's it going to stop? I have no idea. Some of the people up in Congress need to grow a pair of balls and do something about this crap because it's getting ridiculous. So anyway, I wanted to share that that article and let everybody know just how much more immigrants are getting away with bullshit when we, the citizens that live here, have to jump through fucking hoops to go places. So hope everybody has a great Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. This is Wolfang with your weekend spam report. Blessed be, stay safe, and I'll chat with you all later. Bye.